In a quiet corner of Yorba Linda, California, sits a huge building that once sold infinity cars. Today it belongs to one man and his never-ending story, John Force. Walk inside and you'll see 5 nitro funny cars parked like priceless statues, shelves full of trophies that catch the light, and walls covered with family photos. Upstairs, John has a big corner office with a beautiful view of the mountains. Yet the funniest thing happens when you find him there. He looks like a kid stuck in school on a Saturday. He drums his fingers, stands up, sits down, and finally laughs. You know how much work gets done in this office? None. My real office is the front seat of my pickup truck. That one sentence tells you everything you need to know about the most successful drag racer who ever lived. John Force has won 15 NHRA Funny Car Championships as a driver and 2 more as a team owner. He has 134 national event wins, and counting. He has made more television appearances than any drag racer in history. He has built a racing empire that employs dozens of people and keeps 4 top-level funny cars on the track every weekend. And at age 61, when this story was first told in 2011, he had just come back from a horrible crash that should have ended his career to win yet another world title. But none of those numbers explain why people love him. John grew up poor in a trailer park in Bell Gardens, California. His father was a long-haul truck driver, and summers meant the whole family, Mom, Dad, John, and 4 brothers and sisters, rode in the open bed of a dump truck up and down the state picking strawberries and whatever else was ripe. They slept in the truck, kept a little refrigerator in the truck, and lived on whatever they earned that day. People hear that now and can't believe it, John says with a grin. But it was normal to us. From those dusty fields, he learned 2 things that never left him. Keep moving and keep dreaming. When he started racing, he had no money, no fancy equipment, and no famous last name. For years, he drove a beat-up funny car held together with hope and duct tape. He slept in his truck at the track, told wild stories in the pits to make friends, and never stopped believing the next run would be the one that changed everything. More than once he was flat broke, ready to park the car and go home forever. One night, parked at a truck stop outside Memphis, his father called and said the bank account was empty. John put his head on the steering wheel and cried. The very next day, another call came. A racetrack needed a funny car fill-in and would pay cash that weekend. He loaded up and kept going. He's been loading up and going ever since. In 2007, everything almost ended. A terrible crash in Dallas broke his body in ways most people never recover from. Shattered ankle, destroyed wrist, deep cuts, and fingers nearly torn off. Doctors worked 6 hours just to put him back together enough to walk. Driving an 8,000 horsepower funny car again seemed impossible. His daughters, Ashley, Brittany, and Courtney, and son-in-law Robert Height sat by his hospital bed and told him he would drive again. John wasn't so sure, but something inside, the same something that kept a poor kid dreaming in the back of a Berry truck, wouldn't quit. He fought through pain and rehab and doubt. 2 years later, he went winless for the first time in 23 seasons. Many people thought, that's it. He had a great run. Then in 2010, at age 61, he won 6 races and his 15th championship. Just to remind everyone the dream was still alive. Walk through his shop today and you feel the energy. Young crew guys wear shirts with his name on the back. His daughters race their own funny cars. Robert Height, the 2009 champion, runs one of the teams. The building even has its own museum and gift shop. Across the street, ground has been broken for a television studio because John wants to tell more stories, his own and others. He admires people like Donald Trump and Henry Ford, men who never stopped building. Trump took one vacation, John laughs, and bought a hotel. I get it. Yet for all the success, he still talks about Don Garlitz, Don Prudhomme, and Tom Mongoose McEwen like they walk on water. When the NHRA named the top 50 drivers of all time, John came in second behind Garlitz. Most people thought he should have been number 1. John said, "No way. I'll never let myself believe I passed those guys. If I ever think I'm the best, what's left to chase?" That chase is what keeps him young. His assistant, Stephanie, walks around making sure he eats something besides coffee. Waitresses at local restaurants know his order before he sits down. Movie theaters wave him in for free. Complete strangers stop him in parking lots just to say, "Thanks for everything you do for our sport." John signs every autograph, shakes every hand, and tells every kid, "You can do whatever you dream if you don't quit." Because that's the real John Force story. It isn't about the trophies in a fancy office he never uses. It's about the kid in the back of a dusty truck who decided the dream was worth chasing forever. Long after the engine's cool and the record books are closed, people will still talk about the man who simply refused to let the dream die. And somewhere tonight, in the cab of a pickup truck rolling down another American highway, John Force is already thinking about tomorrow's run, tomorrow's story, and tomorrow's dream. Because for him, the road never ends.